collectors, and welcome to Long's Toys. Today we are taking a look at the Transformers Blokees Galaxy version episode 3. So we've taken a look at the previous two and other videos that I'll link to at the end of this one. And it looks like we have another 9 in this assortment, and it's another Autobot heavy assortment. So it looks like we are getting a white version of Prime for Ultra Magnus. That'll be 1 Prime per wave at this point. We have a robot mode and dino mode for Slag. We're also getting Sideswipe and Red Alert since they'll share a mold. We're getting Bumblebee since we got Cliffjumper in the last wave. And then we're getting Soundwave and 2 new Constructicons, so that'll put us at 4 out of 6. Very excited to get Soundwave here. Now, if we take a look at the bottom here, it looks like there is a small chance of getting a variant of Soundwave. So we'll see how that goes, but more than likely I'll just get the regular Soundwave, and then pretty much everyone else is guaranteed in a box of 9. So I'm going to go ahead, get these out of the packaging, build them up, and we'll take a closer look. So here they are fully assembled, and I gotta say, this is a fantastic wave. I'm really excited with these. First up, we'll take a look at Bumblebee, since he is kind of the guy on the box for this wave. It's kind of the flagship character. So they all have these little bases if you haven't seen these before, and they can connect to each other with these little pieces here on the side. Then they have these little connection spots here which can peg into the feet. I really don't know what all these holes are for. I'm assuming it would be like for some kind of base to connect, but they don't give you any kind of like stand or anything for the base, so I don't know. You just have them peg on here and then they can connect on the sides. And I don't know what those other holes are for, but everyone comes with the exact same base. Now Bumblebee, really, they gave him the works. Honestly, he has 2 accessories. He has a blast effect, and he comes with this little Energon cube. And I'm so excited for this because if you remember, or if you saw my last video, we got some Energon cubes over there as well, but they were translucent white. And so they just looked like ice cubes. And I said, this would be perfect if they would just do it in pink. And they have done so. So here is a translucent pink Energon cube. It's exact same mold and everything, just now it's translucent pink instead of clear, and it looks so much better as I knock it over. But yeah, this looks so great. I really love this. I think this makes for a great little toss-in accessory. Really, really happy with that now that they're in a better color scheme. Taking a look at Bumblebee, though, he came out fantastic. The head is really nicely done. And I'm trying to remember how Cliffjumper was done as far as assembling the helmet. But it was basically, you have the 2 halves of the yellow helmet here. Then you have a blue piece insert for the eyes. And then you have the white face. And you kind of peg them all on top of each other and then push the helmet on top. It was really snug to get the helmet there. But he looks great. You have the horns. All of this detail here on the chest, I believe, is like a tampoed sticker, which works really well. That looks really sharp. He's got this little like data pad that has a picture of Spike on it from the cartoon, which is just kind of a weird little accessory. I don't know if that wants to focus. It's very, very small. Let me see if I can take it out of his hand and bring it a little bit closer so it'll actually focus. And it does look kind of scratchy, like it's not a crisp picture. But yeah, so he just has this little data pad with a picture of Spike, and it's just a weird little accessory. And then he has the blast effect for his gun. Now this is the same blast effect we've seen in previous waves, so nothing new or exciting there, but it works great. Clips onto the end of the gun. Works really good. And they actually went all out for his feet. Cliffjumper, and I'll bring Cliffjumper in later to do a comparison, had just the standard feet that pretty much everyone has, but they kind of went out of their way to give Bumblebee the front part of the Volkswagen Beetle for the feet, and it looks great, honestly. Really nicely done. So I'll run through articulation real quick on Bumblebee in case you haven't seen any of the previous videos I've done. Everyone pretty much has the exact same articulation. So head's on a ball joint. You can look up slightly. You can look down slightly. You can tilt side to side. Certainly look side to side, no problem. You have a kind of butterfly joint for up and down, as you can see. And then a ball joint for the actual shoulder, so that can kind of kick out to the side. Move front to back pretty well. Nice, snug movement there. You do have a swivel right above the elbow. Then you have 90 degrees there in the elbow. You have a ball joint for the wrist. You have a swivel for the waist. You have ball joints for the hips, kick pretty far out to the side, pretty far forward, and pretty far back. Then you have a swivel right above the knee, 90 degrees there in the knee, and then you have a ball joint down here for the ankle, so you can do front to back, tilt side to side. And they're just nice, really solid little 4-inch model kit figures. You do have to build these, but they're very easy. They're all very, very similar in the way they're constructed. They're a lot of fun, honestly. I've been having a ton of fun building these, and every time I get a new box in, I'm very excited. I build the whole wave right away so I can, do a review for you guys. And then I'm like, man, I wish I had more to build, so I can't wait for Wave 4 to come out. And also, one thing I wanted to mention this earlier and I forgot. So, if we take a look at the box here, these are the boxes that these come in. Now, they're technically blind boxed, but if you buy a full case of 9, you're guaranteed one of each character. So you can see Bumblebee here on the front. You got Soundwave over here on the side, looking very lenticular and fantastic. Nice holofoil and all that kind of stuff. Shows you the 1-to-1 scale here on the side, and gives you the case breakdown. And as I mentioned earlier, there's a possibility for a Soundwave variant that comes with a tiny little laser beak that you can mount on his arm. I did not get that one. That is a 1 in 36 chance of getting that version of Soundwave, but you're kind of guaranteed one version of Soundwave, just probably not that one. But when you open these up, the inside flap always gives a little tease to what's coming in the next wave. So if we open this up, you can see that we have Ultra Magnus and Shockwave. So the last, the Wave 2 or Episode 2 had Bumblebee and Starscream. I'm sorry, Bumblebee and Soundwave. The flap on Episode 1, I think, had Starscream and I forget who was in the other one. I don't remember. But they always give you a little preview. So, going by that pattern, I think it's safe to assume that Ultra Magnus and Shockwave will be in the next wave, or episode as they call them. Which is kind of funny because we have the White Prime Ultra Magnus right here. So they're just really double dipping on Ultra Magnus, I guess. But in any case, Bumblebee is fantastic. They did a really nice job with him. I really love the way he turned out. He looks fantastic. And I love all of his accessories. You get the weird little data pad there with Spike on it. You get the Energon Cube. And also Bumblebee comes with a thumbs up hand, which I thought was kind of fun. I don't have it on him right now because he's holding his 2 accessories, but he does come with a thumbs up hand as well. So most of these come with a closed fist set of hands and then kind of an open set of hands, and you can mix and match. But a few figures come with like an extra pointing finger, or he comes with a thumbs up. So kind of cool. Primes usually come with a pointing finger as well. I didn't give it to Magnus because he's holding 2 accessories as well. But next up, let's go ahead and take a look at Slag. So with Episode 2, we saw both the Dino mode and Robot mode for Grimlock, and they're continuing that trend here with a Dino mode and Robot mode of Slag, which looks fantastic. This is really, really nicely done. I love this. So you have an inset piece of blue plastic there for the eyes. You can open up the mouth, and there is like a little connector there for an effect piece. I don't have one. But it is there, or there's a little connection there if you have something you'd want to peg in there. That works. Head's kind of on a limited ball joint, but you can do some up and down, side to side. You have the horns that peg in. Nice Autobot symbol there on the top. And then you have, I think this one actually has, so this connection actually uses the same elbow joints. So you can see them in there. So you can do a little out to the side. You can spin it around. This, I believe, has the typical, like, butterfly shoulder joint. And then this, because this is kind of the same arm that you can see Slag is going to have there. Just instead of a fist, he has a foot, which is on a ball joint. And then you have that typical elbow there, so you can get some cool poses. And then the tail's on a ball joint back here as well. But yeah, he looks really good. I really like this quite a bit. The only problem is because he's so wide, it's kind of difficult to actually get him to attach to the stand. And so the stand kind of becomes superfluous and not really that good at attaching. Can he attach 2 this way? He might actually be able to attach like this. Yeah, so you can attach 2. So I guess you could attach, and then this one could connect. No, it's too close. So yeah, the stand unfortunately just doesn't really work. He's got such a wide base, but they give you one anyway. But yeah, he's not really going to work. I'm just going to take him off. There we go. So, but yeah, I mean, the Triceratops mode looks amazing, and I think they did a really fun job with that. Now, he doesn't come with any accessories or anything. He doesn't even come with fists, because of course he doesn't need them. But that's pretty much the only way he's different than the others. Let's move on to Soundwave. Soundwave came out great. As I said previously, I did not get the fancy version with Laserbeak, but you do still get, this can actually open here on the chest. Kind of a snug little hinge there, but there is a little cassette inside, which you can pop out. Now, it doesn't transform, of course, none of these do, and it's not painted, but it does have some nice detailing there, so if you wanted to paint it yourself, you certainly could. And then it just sits right in here, drops in very easily, and then the window closes back up. I think that's so cool. I think that's such a nice job. The detailing here on the window looks fantastic. The head goes together very nice. That looks great. That's also on a ball joint. You have this on kind of a limited ball joint here. And then, of course, he comes with the gun. All of this detailing down here on the shins looks amazing. And you don't have to apply any of these stickers yourself. I still can't decide if it's paint or stickers. I think what it is it's probably tampoed stickers. So they were stickers, but then they're kind of sealed on there. I don't think you should have to worry about them peeling or anything like that. But you definitely do not have to apply them yourself, which is a big deal for me personally. I hate stickers on toys. But yeah, he looks great. All the same articulation as the others. He just really came out fantastic. I would have loved the Laserbeak, but it's fine. He's still a fantastic figure. Next, we'll go over here to Sideswipe. We'll go to Sideswipe next. And then, of course, they use the same mold over here to make Red Alert. And both of these look pretty fantastic. Sideswipe has the fantastic printing here on the chest. The face looks good. Nice job with the helmet there. The eyes are nice. The face is nice. You have this missile here on the shoulder, which can move around a little bit. You have these pieces that actually peg onto the forearm, which really complete his look. I think that looks good. Nice tampoing there on the abdomen and crotch, and especially down here on the shins. Just all in all, really solid figure. And then getting it also as Red Alert. All of this detailing looks great. Again, the head looks good. And you can see that the helmets are different. So they did, you know, it would be very simple for them to just kind of redo the entire mold in different colors, but they actually do take the time, and the subtle changes like the helmet shaping, they do that separately. I thought that was really nice. You have this Fire Chief printing down here, or I guess tampoed stickers, but all that detail down here as well. And they each come with a gun. I think it's the same gun. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the same gun, but that's fine. I mean, honestly, I don't mind that at all. So yeah, both of these came out great. And all of these figures have such great articulation. They remind me of Action Masters from back in the day, but even more articulated, which I really love. And then, because we've had a Prime every wave so far, here is our white Ultra Magnus Prime. They did a good job with it, though. I mean, all of that detailing there on the head, the color scheme's great. The detailing there for the windows looks good. The Autobot symbol on each shoulder. All of the blue really pops against the white. And then you have some of the gray as well. That's really nicely done. He comes with this blaster, which is the same blaster the other two Primes have come with. But then he has this fantastic axe. This looks really, really cool. I like this a lot. And it's not just like the little hand axe. Like Optimus did come with a little hand axe. Like, you know, Optimus always has that orange axe. This is an actual handheld weapon. I think that looks so cool. So really, really nicely done. I think he came out great. Now, he does have the finger pointing hand as well. I left that off because he's holding two of his weapons, but since the Prime mold does come with that extra hand, it is included with him as well. All in all, just really solid. And then up next we have Slag. Slag came out amazing as well. I love the head sculpt. I just think that looks so good. The visor eyes. This white piece here with the Autobot symbol on there, that looks fantastic. You have all of this, like the bits of the Triceratops hanging off the back, but they don't get in the way of anything. You still get the full range of motion here with the arm, which is great. You have the waist swivel, which is great. None of this gets in the way of any of that. And then all of this detailing down here, you can kind of see like where the Triceratops legs are kind of molded into the side of the legs. I think that's so cool. And then he comes with the sword. The sword looks amazing. So I love the way he came out. I really, really like that quite a bit. And then we have our two Constructicons. I love both of these guys. I know I say I love all of them, but it's true. This is a fun line, and they do such a good job. So we have Bone Crusher, and technically he does come with an extra piece so that you can kind of like swivel down, like this would be the front of the bulldozer. So there's even detailing and all that kind of colored tampo sticker down inside there, even though most of the time you're just going to leave that closed up. But all of that detailing looks so sharp. They have the treads there because like his legs get, you know, transformed out of the bulldozer treads. He came out amazing. The head sculpt looks great. And then he's got, I think that might even be the same weapon from Sideswipe and Red Alert. But again, that's fine. I'm not too picky about that. He came out great. And then you have Scavenger here. He's got kind of the same legs because he also has tread legs and that same gun. But he's even got like the shovel here. I think that's so cool. Now, if you want, you can kind of move this around a little bit. The directions have this, or I should say the packaging has this like hang over his head. If you want to unhook this and hook it the other way, you can. But this is the way the directions show to attach it. And personally, I just like to compact it as closed as possible. I just like that look. But you can play with it. You can move it around and do a little bit more if you want. But the visor eyes, I don't think he has visor eyes. I could be wrong. This might be a look from the original toy as opposed to the animation. Either way, I like it. All of this here on the chest looks good. You have this piece here, which looks really solid. And just all in all, he came out great. I can't wait to get the last two, so we're only missing Scrapper and Hook. I'm sure they're going to be fantastic. I cannot wait to get the rest of the Constructicons. It's a solid wave. Honestly, it's just a really, really good wave. There's not a bad figure in the bunch. Like, I'm tempted to say, like, you know, one of these two is my least favorite just because they're repaints. But honestly, they're great. I have nothing to say poor about any of these figures. It's a really, really solid lineup here. All right, so first up, I want to directly compare Cliff Jumper and Bumblebee, just so you can see the differences here. Now, they are mostly the same mold. You can see that the chest, everything down here is the same. Now, the shins are different. And the feet, Cliff Jumper just kind of got the regular feet that everyone else gets. They really went all out for Bumblebee's feet. So I have to say, and don't get me wrong, they both look great. I love Cliff Jumper, but I have to say they really went all out for Bumblebee. He's a fan favorite character, so that makes total sense. But yeah, Cliff Jumper looks really good too, but I just wanted to show off there's probably not as many similarities as you would think. Like I would say the arms, the chest, and the crotch are the same, but the shins, feet, and head are totally different. So, and they do both have the tire on the back, which is fun. But yeah, all in all, these two guys look fantastic together. Next up, we have our Dinobots. So, of course, we have them both in Dino mode. I feel like Grimlock should be a little bigger than Slag. I feel like the proportions are off slightly, but it's still really fun to see the two of them together in Dino mode. I think that looks fantastic. And both of them really look fantastic in robot mode as well. They did such a good job with both of these. I absolutely love them. I can't wait to get Sludge. I hope that they do all 5, but if they stopped at just the main 3, I could probably live with that. But honestly, I really want them to do all 5. But having these two together in both robot mode and Dino mode, I think they look really cool together. And of course, we have to look at all 4 of our Constructicons together. Really loving this. I cannot wait to get the full lineup. I'm assuming we'll get the last 2 in the next wave or episode, as they call them. But these 4 together already look so fantastic. I love this color scheme. I've always loved this color scheme for the Constructicons. And these figures are just super fun, and I'm loving this so much. They really look good all together. Cannot wait to get the last 2. And then the last group shot here has to be our 3 primes. We've had 1 in each wave so far. Optimus, of course, was in wave 1. We had Shattered Glass Optimus in wave 2. And now we're getting Magnus here in wave 3. So all 3 of these look really good. They are the exact same mold. You can see here, original Optimus has the pointing finger. So all the accessories are the same, with the exception of Magnus also getting the axe. Otherwise, they all have the same accessories. And it's a great mold. It looks great in all 3 of these color schemes. I mean, I prefer Optimus as Optimus, just my personal preference, but these two also look really fantastic. So I don't know if we'll see another Optimus in the next lineup. We'll have to wait and see. But I feel like this is probably enough. I don't feel like there's any super obvious other choices to do. I know we've had Optimus in various color schemes over the years, but I feel like this is pretty good. I don't think I need any more than these. I'm happy to have these 3, but I feel like that's probably it. I don't need a 4th one in the next episode, but we'll have to wait and see. So honestly, I love this lineup. I don't really have anything bad to say about any of them. If I had to pick a favorite, I would say it's probably either Robot Mode, Slag, Sideswipe, Bumblebee. I don't know, the Constructicons are great. Soundwave's definitely up there. I don't know, it's a really solid lineup. Honestly, I can't pick a favorite. I always try to, and it's just way too hard. These are great little figures. I got them from a website called Joy Toy World, which I had never bought from before, but came through. Everything was great. Shipping was free. I think for a case of 9, it was somewhere in the area of, $50, $55. So they come out to be like $6 a piece, which I think is totally fair. You do have to build them, but it's very simple. Like I said, once you build 1 or 2, you'll have it down. They're all pretty much put together the exact same way, and they're just fun. Like, I just throw something on TV, and it takes me about 10 to 15 minutes to build each one. They're not super complicated. They have really nice, solid joints. All the detailing's great. The articulation's good. I can't sing the praises of these enough, honestly. I'm really excited for the next episode. I'm trying to kind of formulate in my head what I think the next episode could be. I definitely think we're going to get our last 2 Constructicons. It sounds like Shockwave is going to be our main kind of Decepticon for the wave. We're going to get Ultra Magnus, like the proper Ultra Magnus with his armor. I would imagine Sludge will probably be in there. And then I don't really know what these 3... I feel like Hot Rod could probably be the main, like, Autobot for the wave. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe they're counting on Magnus to be that. I don't know. And then I'm trying to think of another Autobot that we could maybe, get a repaint of. Maybe like Trailbreaker and Hoist. Or maybe, trying to think what other Autobots from that first series they could do. I mean, we still need a Sunstreaker or a Wheeljack, but you can't really repaint those, or reuse the mold, I should say. So, I'm going to say Trailbreaker and Hoist. I mean, Mirage is in there too, but again, he doesn't really have another one of him. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm going to guess Trailbreaker and Hoist, Sludge, Magnus, the other 2 Constructicons, Shockwave, and maybe Hot Rod. That's my guess. This information is probably somewhere already, and I just don't know it. So if I'm totally wrong and you already know the lineup, feel free to tell me in the comments below. But yeah, I'm in. I love these. I can't wait to get more, and they're just a really, really good, fun time. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Please like, share, and subscribe. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and as always, thanks so much for watching.